Welcome! Welcome back to the video series on Dutch language and culture.
In this final video, we will discuss Dutch dialects and regional culture. So let's get started. Just as there is variation in English across the United States, the Dutch language also varies significantly across the Low Countries.
That's right. So today we're going to give you a brief introduction into Dutch dialects, telling you some things that may be useful if you're traveling across the Low Countries, and that might even help you impress a native.
We'll start by discussing the geography of the Netherlands and Belgium.
The Netherlands is composed of 12 provinces, each of which has their own local customs and ways of speaking.
The 12 provinces are South Holland, Zuid-Holland, North Holland, Noord-Holland, North-Brabant, Noord-Brabant, Gelderland, Utrecht, Overijssel, Limburg, Friesland, Groningen, Drenthe, Flevoland, and Zeeland.
Notice the rivers that divide the northern two-thirds of the Netherlands from the southern third. These are the Lower Rhine, Nederrijn, the Lek, the Waal, the Merwede, and the Meuse, Maas.
These rivers, collectively called the Grote Rivieren, or Great Rivers, used to be a significant dividing line between the Protestant North and the Catholic South. We'll see that this is also viewed as a major dividing line in the dialects too. So, once again, water plays a significant role in Dutch culture. Let's move now to the south to discuss the geography of Belgium.
In the Flemish region, an official designation, the provinces are West-Flanders, West-Vlaanderen, East-Flanders, Oost-Vlaanderen, Flemish-Brabant, Vlaams-Brabant, Antwerp, Antwerpen, Limburg.
And the French region comprises Hainaut, Dutch Henegouwen, Walloon-Brabant, Waals-Brabant, Namur, Namen, Liège, Luik, Luxembourg, Luxemburg. Notice that Brussels is not incorporated into a province, nor does it form its own province. Instead, it forms its own region, on par with the Flemish and French regions.
You might also notice that there are many province names that are doubled. For instance, there is a Brabant in the Netherlands, North Brabant, Noord Brabant, as well as two Brabants in Belgium, Flemish Brabant, Vlaams Brabant, and Walloon Brabant.
And Luxembourg is a province in Belgium, but also a separate country, slightly to the east of the Belgian province.
Now that we are familiar with the basic geography, let's look at the basic dialect regions.
In this map, we can see 7 or 8 different regions, namely West and East Flemish, Limburgian, Brabantian, Zeelandic, Hollandic, Saxon, and Frisian, from south to north. The last of these, Frisian, is quite distinct, and in fact is better characterized as a separate language. We'll come back to this later.
Notice here that the dialect regions are not determined by nation-state boundaries. West Flemish, historically at least, extends into France, and Brabantian straddles the present-day border between the Netherlands and Belgium.
Traditionally, the Saxon dialects of the Northeast have a lot in common with the Low German dialects of northern Germany on the other side of the German-Dutch border. With this classification in mind, let's now turn to some notable differences across the Dutch-speaking world. We'll see that many of the dividing lines split the north, much of the Netherlands, from the south, Brabant, Zeeland, and Belgium.
The first feature we'll discuss is the so-called hard and soft G sounds. In the north, where I'm from, there's no distinction between the G sound in gaan, to go, and the CH sound in acht, 8. Both are hard.
In the south, things are a little different. Both sounds are a bit softer, and G may be voiced. For example, to go sounds like jaan, and 8 sounds like acht.
In West Flemish and Zeelandic, the G sound may become an H sound. So gaan can be simply haan. Typically, these varieties also drop the original H sound, so goed, good, becomes hoed, and hoed, hat, becomes oet.
Notice again that the hard and soft G sounds are an example of a feature that divides north and south.
Let's now look at a word that shows the same development.
Consider here the word for bicycle in its southern and northern form. In the north, our favorite mode of transportation, the bicycle, is de fiets. But in the south, and in Belgium in particular, the French vélo is often used.
Another north-south divide is the word for French fries. In the north, we say patat, but in the south and in Belgium, they say friet, like the French pomme frite.
Oh, now I'm getting hungry. By the way, Esther, what is your favorite way to eat fries?
Patatje pinda, which is fries with a hot, spicy peanut butter sauce, and there is our Indonesian connection again.
So far, we've shown examples where the major dividing line was between north and south, but in the next map, we can see an east-west divide.
In the west, we have the construction ik had een lekker band. Literally, I had a flat tire, just like English. But in the east, we have ik had de band lek. Literally, I had the tire flat, where the adjective follows the noun.
If you recall our discussion of the 11 cities tour in an earlier module, you'll remember that we mentioned the province of Friesland.
This province is a special case in terms of dialects and regional culture in the Netherlands, because the locals here speak a language that is distinct from Dutch, called Frisian. It is said Frisian is the closest language in the world to English.
For example, boter, brie en grien het sis, vir dat niet sizekin is geen oprechte Fries. Butter, bread, and green cheese. Whoever cannot say this is not a real Frisian. Notice here that the words butter, bread, and green cheese are almost identical to English.
You may also have noticed that the G sound in geen is not the hard G of Dutch.
That concludes our video series on the Netherlands and Belgium.
We hope to see you soon.
Tot
Tot
ziens.
ziens.